We got another JonTron video.
Jantron.
It's been a little bit since we've done a JonTron video. I think Hercules was the last one. And this one is the top 10 video game commercials.
There's a lot of good video game commercials, at least back in the day.
Yeah,
you know?
they used to just
They were
be insane.
weird. Yeah.
Sega had some wild ones. I remember them having some off-the-chain video game commercials. Xbox also. I mean, all of the 90s to mid-2000s video game commercials were pretty wild.
There was a video game commercial that we saw recently because there is a thing on the internet that you watch that's just old TV.
Yeah, Toonami Aftermath.
And it has, like, commercials included. And we were trying to figure out what it was, and I think it was Xbox.
It was a Nintendo 64 commercial.
The baby.
Yes, that was a Nintendo 64 commercial.
It was like a baby flying through the air, but, like, he was aging.
Aging? That one was Xbox.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I was talking about the golf one.
I don't know that
I'll show it to you later. But JonTron has a compilation of the top 10 video game commercials in his opinion. So,
alrighty,
let's check it out.
NSYNC over Backstreet Boys. Hold on. I'm making a point.
Okay.
I was obsessed with NSYNC
Obsessed.
as a kid. And you know who I was going to marry?
The gay one.
I was going to marry Lance Bass. And then it came out that he was gay. And I was like, I was supposed to marry him. And I had no idea that I was kind of gay. I was like, oh, that checks out. But yeah, Lance Bass was my husband when I was, I don't know, fucking 7 years old. Yeah, fun stuff.
You couldn't marry anybody at 7 unless you're in like Afghanistan or something.
That's not, he was like gonna be my husband, okay?
Got it. All right, here we go.
JonTron.
Some people ask me how I get anything done. Me either. Video game commercials have been around for as long as video game commercials. Me either.
What?
But then you'd see an ad for Sonic the Hedgehog next to the Cheerio bee, and you were like, holy shit, infiltration to the mainstream! Because, you know about the mainstream back then. Commercials usually went one of two ways. The first way being actual gameplay that made you want to play the game, and the second way that was some sort of hipster 90s shit like this that made you want to puke over everything you love.
Wasn't there like a weird World of Warcraft
Doesn't make you want to
Coca-Cola
play the
thing
game.
too? Yeah.
Doesn't make you want to play any game. Just makes you want to go read a book. Those are obsolete anyways. What do you think of this, Jacques?
None.
Oh yeah, watching top 10 video game commercials.
Number 10.
Let's be honest, the first time you heard of Super Mario World, you probably went like, "What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa." But hell man, you didn't need to play it to find out how awesome it was. Just let this guy who has no idea what a video game is tell you how awesome it was.
Mario World, created especially for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. It's a bit more exciting, a bit more challenging, a bit more graphic, a bit more colorful.
The best part about this commercial is only about 5 of the things he says are actually relatable to Super Mario World.
A bit more realistic, a bit more sound, a bit hotter, a bit cooler, a bit weird, a bit more revolutionary.
I'm sorry, a little more realistic? Compared to what? Super Mario Brothers 2? The one where you're in a fucking dream throwing turnips at ostriches? Yeah, I guess it is more realistic than that. For a lot of us out there, this commercial meant business. It was the first time we got to see a glimpse of our favorite games right there on the telly. Break out your wallet, daddy, I'm gonna break the bank! That was me as a kid. I was hip, okay?
Number 9.
Elements for a successful video game commercial in the 80s. Nerdy kid, check. Not actually a real type of person kid, check. Little to no gameplay, check already.
Did you see the latest Nintendo newsletter? Whoa,
It's like a 50s
You
nerd.
mean you
It's
haven't
not.
played it yet?
This is some of the worst commercials have to offer in the way of stereotyping. I mean, who's the demographic here? The cool kid or the nerdy kid? That
Zelda came out in the
kid reading
80s?
Nintendo magazine looks like he just got his hands on his dad's Playboy
I'm
collection.
confused.
Whoa,
I'm talking about this later.
Okay.
I'd like to get my hands on that game.
I mean, who's ever just taken a look at a game magazine and been like, holy shit, them graphics! Little did you know, though, the target demo was actually the Gangsta Kids.
The Legend of Zelda, and it's really rad. Those creatures from Ganon are pretty bad. Octorok's Tech-Tyke's levers, too. But with your help, our hero pulls through.
Look, I know I'm white, but these kids made me look like fucking P. Diddy, aight?
Number 8.
I know a lot of those video game elitists, like you guys, were all like, this Dead
I
Space 2
remember
ad campaign
this.
is just proving the old gamer stereotype to be true and making us all look bad and childish.
I remember this.
Well, you know what? Have some goddamn fun for once, huh? In case any of you didn't catch the Your Mom Hates Dead Space 2 viral ad campaign, let me fill you in. Basically, they took a whole bunch of middle America conservative mothers, put them in front of Dead Space 2, and filmed them going, our nation is going down the drain, ban the modern warfares and the sour skittles.
Oh, yeah, I'll show you my opinion. It's gross. I hated it. That's awful. No wonder society is so corrupt. We'll have a society of criminals. If I ever see it somewhere in the figure, I will personally take a hammer and slam it.
Can't you just take it for what it is? It's fake, people! Let me tell you, kids aren't that stupid. Although they're stupid, but they're not that
Oh,
stupid.
no. Oh,
Just because
no.
you see killing in a video game, it doesn't mean you're actually gonna go do it in real life.
They're
No
aliens,
shit. Do I really have to
right?
Yeah.
explain this? Crazy mass murderers have been around since before Pong, actually.
It's
Space
true.
War, if you're gonna fucking comment and be. Where'd they get their training? The Andy Griffith Show? There's no implied message to this ad campaign. The meat of it is basically just this lady doing her thing.
Look at that monster!
Woo! That is never gonna get old. Y'all may shit on it. But you know what? I'm just here to have a good time. And a good time was certainly had watching these. Thanks, EA.
Yeah, I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, it was
Number
like my
7.
freshman year of college or something
Does the
that came
Wii
out.
really need commercials? Back in 2006 and 7, everyone was going nuts over the thing. You couldn't even shimmy down the
True.
block with your homies out here from them rooftops. You hear about their motion, this joke is over. But here we have the Re Would Like to Pray ad campaign. The most politically correct commercial Nintendo's ever put out. So here's what's going on. We got 2 Japanese business type dudes driving around America in a smart car looking for sushi or Yao Ming or some shit, and they're going door to door disturbing entire families, and the family's just waiting door like, what's going on, man? I got no geishas. And the 2 Japanese dudes are like,
We would like to play.
and then they're just having the time of their lives playing Wii Sports like they're old folks in a retirement home. Just like Nintendo always wanted. To kill the hardcore market! But what happens if they run into some Brumkins who aren't all Nintendo crazy?
Wow.
Number 6.
So one day, Sony was doing all the cocaine, and they were like, hey Steve, we got like 4 million of these units to push. How you want to sell it?
Oh.
I remember this shit too. It is so weird. Yeah, I remember this shit, dude.
I know, Sony, okay, that you need to sell your consoles, but what is this about? Alright, I see. I've got your angle with this whole demonic baby
What?
thing. You're selling to the promising demographic of absolutely no one! And you might think that this is their first offense, but I implore you to check this out.
Come out and play! I can't! I'm playing that!
Honestly, for something as big as the PS3, you just need something that'll stick. And stick with us, it did. For many a sleepless night.
Yeah. He did it. Train spotting.
Number 5.
Now, I know I'm supposed to be sitting up here being Mr. Commentary Prom Queen King, but how am I supposed to comment on this? Just look at it.
My brain hurts.
Happy Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hudson.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What the fuck is this? Fucking sponge cake! Fuck!
Let's see.
What?
Again. Oh yeah, E10 plus. No, that's it. I'm done. So.
Ready, it's all folks. Number 4.
Long, long ago, before a game console was judged by how much brawn and muscles it could simulate, it was judged by the amount of bits that it had. So the question is, what exactly is
How
a
many
bit?
bits?
Fuck if I know, but if it had more of them, oh yeah! If you look back, you can clearly see the evidence of bit importance everywhere. TurboGrafx 16, Nintendo 64. But I mean, we all knew at the core it was all about the software. Everyone but Atari.
Some of you believe your system is the most advanced in the universe. Let's review the numbers. Sega Genesis is 16 bits. 3DO is 32 bits. The Atari Jaguar is 64 bits. Which is more advanced? Clifford!
Who hired this lady? Seriously? This was going to move your systems? This lady was going to make people want to buy an Atari Jaguar? No! No! Well, I mean, she must be right. 64 is a bigger number than both 32 and 16
That's
combined.
true.
Let's see what all those bits can do.
Can't count that high, but...
Man, numbers sure are great.
Number 3.
Let's face it, it's not necessarily that things were better when we were kiddies, it's just that we had less to worry about and everything was about cheese nips. I don't know, it's
pretty
that
cool.
said though, there were just some things that were inherently good no matter what your age. Two unrelated things as such are Robin Williams and Ocarina of Time. But hold on, what's that? What's that off in the distance? What's that on the horizon? Could it be?
The first time I saw you, I knew we'd be linked forever. For you, I traveled to the four corners of the world. I faced adversity. I became a hero.
Dad.
I saved your kingdom.
Dad.
Yes, Zelda?
Are you mixing me up with the princess again?
Hard to say, you're both pretty magical.
I missed that, man.
Number 2.
In the current year of 2011, Mario Kart's got so many incarnations they decided to give up and name the newest one Mario Kart 7. Good name, guys. GG. Regroup next week. But it wasn't always this way. Who remembers the very first Mario Kart?
I do.
Yeah, that one. What's the first thing your mind goes to when you think of that one? Is it blinding speeds? Is it chaos? Is it
Fucking
epic
hard.
maneuvers? No! No, not at all. That one sucks. But that's just my opinion, apparently, because this guy thinks it's F-Zero 3050.
Let's go racing! It's Super Mario Kart Funny Car Madness! Only on Super NES! Turn the track into a giant mud pit! Burn rubber ice, water asphalt, fly! Mix it up with the big boys! Bowser and his big-foot-topping trucks! Yoshi's go-kart really go! Mushrooms, banana peels, turtle shells! Dynamite! Check your rear view and make glass! Or go into battle mode and ruin his day! Too steep! Fast and way too fast! It's too...
Hold on a
Wow.
second. Hold on a second. I'm not letting that slide. Let's go back.
Too steep! Fast and way too fast!
Two speeds. Fast. Way too fast. Brilliant.
Nice.
For the past 10 years, I've heard people knock Halo for no other discernible reason than the bandwagon effect. And every time I've heard the callous argument that it's just a shit overrated game, I've thought to myself the exact same thing. Why can't they just believe? Whoa, what happened? How'd we get here? How exactly do you market a game that will make more money than some small countries do in an entire year? Easy. You go, oh my god, it's $5 million. Make some shit. Make some shit they did. Some good shit. The Halo 3 Believe campaign is my favorite video game marketing campaign of all time, simply because of how much emotion it was filled with and how much it made me want to become part of the adventure. It's genius. It just feels so real. raw. And not to mention, these commercials were just plain beautiful. Okay, I don't really have anything else to say. See you guys next time. Hey, and don't drive fast on the wrong side of the road. It's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Wow, did you put a new scarf on this week? Because you look beautiful.
Wow, so old. He's marketing the Facebook account for JonTron Show. Woo! I'll tell you, some of those old school ad campaigns were just
like literally, yeah.
They were nuts. I forgot about that PS3 one, but I remember seeing that one on TV and being like,
I don't remember seeing any of these.
Why did they do that? Why the fuck did they do that? I've seen so many over the years.
The one with the baby?
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. It creeps me out. Now I don't want a PS3.
Right. Yeah. I don't understand that one at all. Like what they were going for.
I mean, commercials at that time period were
My grandma
really
used to get
weird.
so pissed off. I remember when the berries and cream commercial came out, and she would like actually get angry and be like, commercials these days are so stupid. And I'm like, yeah, but then it gets stuck in your head, and then you're like,
Like the Old Spice commercials and shit. When
with
they
the
first
centaurs
started.
and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the Skittles ones that were just insane. Yeah, there was just tons that were out of control.
Pissed my grandma off.
Sega, when they went head to head with Nintendo and they started marketing to like a teenage MTV demographic, their shit was just so... They're one of the ones that really started pushing things out of control. Yes. And since you brought it up, the NES, the first Nintendo was like 1985, I think.
Yeah, but did that Zelda came
Yeah, it came out in like 86 or something.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So there's like Zelda, Mario, that shit was...
In the 80s?
Yes.
Zelda was a thing?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. In the mid to late 80s is when that shit really took off.
I don't know when I thought that it came out either.
Yes.
Because I'm trying to
and
think.
I think
like,
that
I don't even know.
The NES was like from 1985. I think they stopped producing games for it in like 93, 94. So it went from 85 to like 94, 93, 94.
Right when I was born.
Yeah. So like the Super Nintendo, I think, was like 91, 92, I think. And
I'm a huge gamer, if you can't tell.
yeah, so like the difference between the way consoles come out now and games being produced for them and things are a lot different than the way it was back then.
Yeah.
And you had huge crossovers of time where like both were the main focus. Nintendo was creating games for the Game Boy, the NES, and the Super Nintendo at the same time.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it was a crazy time, cool times, and Zelda was huge despite the rap song. That didn't really ruin the marketing for it. The games were so good. That was so bad. But that happened often. It was like, as soon as hip-hop came out and it became popular, advertisers were like, all we gotta do is rap.
No.
All we gotta do is we can be cool too.
No.
And it's never stopped. But anyway, there you have it. JonTron's top 10 video game console commercial, or video game commercials.
Yeah.
This is an old video. I think it's 11 years old at this point. So you can tell that Facebook advertisement. That's really funny. But
I remember when we first started watching JonTron, and it was an older one, and I was like, I'm gonna go see if it's still a thing. I think it is, but it hasn't been posted to in like a decade or something like that. Yeah.
Which, you know,
makes sense.
I still need to like stop being such a fucking boomer and actually move over. I finally got into Instagram Reels, and Ricky
I made
was
fun
like,
of him yesterday.
You loser.
He was like, he said something. He's like, yeah, on Reels, and I just had like a very strong response, and I didn't mean to. And I was like, did you just say that you saw that on Instagram Reels? And he's like, yeah.
Leave me alone.
He's like, I was like, people make fun of that because like it means that you're old. And he's like, I just switched over from Facebook. And I'm like, yeah, you're an old man.
Anyway, much love to JonTron. Appreciate his content, old and new. Also, if you enjoy our reaction to this, you could give us a subscription, a like on the video.
Yeah.
You could even give a recommendation for videos you want to see us react to.
Down in the comments, on our Discord, on our Patreon, or our Twitch, where we go live every Friday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Like we are right now. This reaction that we're doing our Twitch live streams. What are you waiting on? You should go ahead and follow us on there, and we will see you on our next live stream reaction.
Yeah.
Also, you can subscribe to this channel, like I said before, because we go live here and on Twitch and play games. Sometimes we're just chilling. Sometimes we're making food. Hell, I almost caught this place on fire on a live stream on accident one time. You never know what you're going to see, but we do have a good time. We appreciate you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you in the next one.
See you guys.